Well, it looks like it's going to be a dark winter. Eskom says load shedding will probably continue in the evenings. That's from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. for the next few months. Well, Eskom spokesperson Sikunati Mantshantsha giving us the latest on where we stand at the moment. Sikunati, a very good morning to you. Thanks so much for your time. So, yes, as you and I speak now, does that still hold, that load shedding suspended for now, for the day, but coming back in the evening?
That is still the case indeed. In the evening, we will implement, starting at 5 o'clock, stage 2 load shedding until 2 p.m. And thereafter, the week looks much better. We have some additional generation units returning to service. So we do not anticipate, as things stand, that we will have to implement load shedding again. However, as you know, things can change at very short notice.
All right, so just to clarify, from this evening until 2 o'clock tomorrow is the only time for now that we should expect, and I mean 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that we should expect load shedding?
No, let's start all over. We are starting load shedding at 5 p.m.
Yes, 5 p.m.
Until 10.
Until 10.
Until 10 this evening, yes. And we have additional generation units returning to service this afternoon and a few more tomorrow. So at this point, there is no expectation that we will implement load shedding. And as I say again, things can change quite drastically at the last minute, as we now know. So we are warning the people of South Africa that during the winter, it is highly likely that we will keep implementing load shedding in the evening.
All right, so we shouldn't at the moment expect that we will have load shedding throughout winter in the evenings. Earlier that was the word. That may not necessarily be the case, but for now it's very difficult to say, depending on how your systems actually play the game.
Absolutely. We are reliant on these machines that are themselves not very reliable. We do the maintenance and we return the units to service. As breakdowns occur, as they did over the past weekend, about 10 units within a space of 24 hours. That's what landed us into the load shedding. And as we run the machines even heavy during the winter, we do expect that there will be some breakdowns. Hence, we will come to the people of South Africa from time to time and announce that there will be load shedding.
All right. And I mean, winter, as we know, Sikunati, is always the time where we are going to be experiencing a higher demand, and especially in the evenings as well. And I would imagine that after the past couple of years of experiencing this and being faced with the situation, that Eskom would have a plan in place to deal with that.
Unfortunately, the plan, as we have communicated before, the plan is to have as much generation capacity as possible, and that we have not been able to do with these power stations that we are working on, that are on average 41 years old. That is our main problem. And as you know, we have been trying to get additional capacity onto the system, and we do not as yet have any new machines other than what was committed about 10 years ago. We are still in the process of building the Kusile power station. We only have 3 units there generating power on a commercial basis, and we have the 5 units coming from Medupi, where we are still conducting the repairs to the design defects. So all in all, what we have added is still not sufficient to stave off the occurrence of load shedding.
I mean, Sikunati, what is the bigger plan, if you're able to tell us at the moment? I mean, obviously South Africans are going to go, oh, yes, okay, here we go again. They've kind of we've resigned ourselves to that this is where we're going to find ourselves from time to time, especially in winter as well. But the question is, when will we be able to just have a stable electricity supply? When is that ever going to happen?
Eskom has been communicating this at least over the past 2 years, that there is a generation gap or supply gap of about 4,000 megawatts that needs to come onto the system. And Eskom does not have the ability to build new power stations. The government has embarked on a process to help reduce that. And we only when we have additional 4,000 megawatts could we say there will be no load shedding. That is not the case, and unfortunately, that will not be the case for another year. So we from this side of Eskom, we are repairing the power stations, and we will only be able to significantly reduce the occurrence of load shedding later this year. I am being careful here not to say we will eliminate load shedding, but later this year, we will be able to reduce the occurrence of load shedding on the Eskom side by repairing the infrastructure, these machines that we are telling you now are under maintenance.
And when it comes to actual load shedding and implementing load shedding, even if it is for just a couple of hours like today then, Sikunati, are there particular areas that are targeted? Are there particular areas where demand is higher than the rest of the country?
Load shedding affects the whole country equally, and it has to be those rolling shutdowns on a 2-hour basis per location. So it affects everybody equally. It is load reduction which is used for a different purpose to eliminate the destruction of infrastructure through illegal connections. That is targeted on specific locations where you will find a high occurrence of illegal connections and theft of electricity.
All right, Sikunati Mantshantsha, thanks very much there. Well, there it is. It is load shedding just for today from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then, like he said, he cannot commit as well, cannot say absolutely not. And we will know, I suppose, day by day we will get those updates.